you can possibly do. You spend a number of hours editing the software, editing the video, cutting all the fluff, and you think, yes, this is I'm going to go viral with this. And it's sort of all you can. And the only thing that happens is you hear crickets. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Maybe on the
That
other
sounds
hand,
familiar.
you've rushed a video, you've not had the time, not really focused on the thumbnails, you've not really paid attention to any of that sort of details, and it just takes off. Let me know if that's happened also. I'd love to know your thoughts. If that's happened to you, I'd love to hear from you. But generally, all I want to do is hear from you if you are wondering about this YouTube thing. Why, if you've been on YouTube for some time, and when I say some time, I think anything over 2 or 3 years, and you're consistently showing up, and you're still
I've only been doing
monetized,
YouTube for one
then
year.
let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know your thoughts, and I'd love to check out your channel, and just maybe something quite obvious, maybe it's not so obvious, but I'd love to know your thoughts, feelings, because I know I'm definitely not the only one who sometimes struggles and think to myself, what is the point of all this? I see all the YouTube gurus talking about thumbnails, impressions, watch.
Well, the YouTube gurus, that's the shtick, When you see YouTube gurus, that is the content. People, they are targeting beginners, and there's millions of beginners. So that's why making like the do's and don'ts and change this setting and change that setting and how to get started, and then they do motivational speeches, they sell classes, they sell courses. I think that the whole shebang is nonsense. So, the thing about YouTube guru videos and content creators is that is the content. They don't have like other content. That's what they do. They talk about how they created 1 million. They cracked the code. I cracked the code of the matrix of YouTube. And the thing is, if you fall for that, that is the content. But I get it. I get why he's disheartened. He's been at it for 8 years. I would lose my steam at 3 years if I've made no progress. I would also feel terrible. So I don't blame him. It's hard, especially because there are so many good content creators, so many interesting people on the internet. Like, competing with them is impossible, and they work hard. They work harder than you. They work harder than me. They work harder than everybody. That's why they're so good at it. And they are powered by it. They are energized. You think about, Asmongold, Penguin Zero, who else? Like, Mr. Beast. Like, these guys, their work ethic is incredible. Their endurance, they have monster endurance. They can. What I understand is that they can do 8-hour streams, 4-hour streams. Incredible. But I get it, If he's been at it for 8 years and says he hasn't been monetized, then I'm like, well, there's like 19 million YouTubers, and we're all trying to get famous, not famous, but we're all trying to turn YouTube into a source of income, and that's just not gonna happen. Like, the likelihood that I will become a famous content creator, it's like 0.000000000.0000001%. You know, it's very unlikely that anyone will make it on YouTube. And I mean, whoa, Vicky, Abby, what's up, guys? Welcome to the chat. I was just watching this video on a guy that talks about. I was just kind of like talking to myself. But yeah, there's this guy who, unfortunately, he's been on YouTube for 8 years, and he's still not monetized, and he's a little disheartened. But then again, like, okay, comment on the chat who your other favorite content creators are, other than myself. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying I'm your favorite. I'm not. But comment who other YouTubers do you watch consistently? You know, I bet they're exciting. I bet they do a lot of exciting stuff, and they have interesting thoughts. They talk about interesting things, or they do interesting things. Oh, how's Lex? Oh, Lex is. We're gonna go ahead and do a final check on Friday. He's not recovering. He's not getting worse, but he's not getting better. So he's trapped in like a sickness, and obviously both of his kidneys are failing, so that's not a good sign. What else? Yeah, my poor little baby Lex. He's definitely we're definitely concerned about him. But Friday we might make a decision, and we may have to put him down. Yeah, it's not a good. It's a very, very sad topic. I love that little kitty more than anything else. Oh, darn it. Oh, I got tricked. Yeah, but poor little baby Lex. He's not improving. And I get sadder the more I think about it. You know? Oh, darn it. I'm resetting. I don't like this run. Yeah. But anyways, I decided to live stream before I go to work. I gotta go finalize one of the projects for a customer. So there's that. And I'm watching this video of a disheartened man who's been working so hard on YouTube and still no
time hours, all these sort of things that you've got to think about when you're creating here on YouTube, when you've got your channel. But I've been on YouTube now for going on 8 years, and I'm still not monetized. It's I've been thinking about making this video for quite a long time, and I've been putting it off. I don't want to come across as negative, because that's really not my aim. I just want to be really transparent and let you know about my YouTube journey. And I'm sure if you're watching this and if you're feeling the same, then I'm hoping that this gives you some sort of hope. Just to know that you're not on your own. I've been creating content now weekly. There was a point when I was working, and
hope Lex will be healthy if this guy recovers long enough. Yeah, that's the idea. We're hoping that he makes a comeback, but like I said, Abby, his kidneys are deformed, and deformed kidneys don't work well. And if you can't process fluids, then you get very sickly, and it probably hurts. I presume he's in a lot of pain. We have already decided that once, if he can't get better, we may have to put him down, and that means like, obviously, but you know what that means. And we decided we will take, because Keisha loves Lex. Keisha loves Lex so much. So we're gonna take Keisha in to see him one last time. Keisha is my other kitty. We're gonna take her to see him one last time, and then we might put Lex down, because we don't want him to suffer so much, because he's in a lot of pain. Like right now, if you try to stand him up, he just collapses to the other side. And that's no way of living. We don't want to torture him. We don't want him to be in pain, especially kidney pain. That's horrible. And I know a lot of people are against euthanasia, but in this case, it's humane. It's the right thing to do. It's the absolute right thing to do, because if he's suffering, why make him suffer more? That doesn't make any sense. Like, if he's going through life with a lot of pain, I mean, sure, I will feel better, but he will not. I will feel good about having him, but he will be miserable. He will be hurting, and that's just not fair to him. So I say, I don't want Lex to suffer. No, absolutely, Vicky. And that's the idea. We don't want Lex to suffer. And that's why we're making a very, very difficult decision. Because there's no recovering from, like, once the kidneys start failing, there's no way back. Once the kidneys are done for, it's just a one-way ticket, to a very painful life. So that's as much as I would love to keep him, as much as I would love for him to stick around, we have to make the hard decisions. And this is one of the hard parts about fostering dogs and cats. People don't think about that. But this is the reality of like, this is what we signed up for, And honestly, I want to say this. We're lucky that he made it this far. We are so lucky that he made it this far with us. Because remember, when we found Lex, he was destroyed. Like, I don't know if somebody tossed him out of a window or what the deal is, but he was in horrible shape, and he was just a tiny baby. There was almost a 0% chance of him surviving. And somehow he made it through. He pulled through. He made it into adulthood. But then, he collapsed. So I'm thankful for every minute we spent with him. but I also understand. I understand that this is not this is only temporary, and he may not make it. To be ready to accept the truth, the reality of, mortality. It's hard, but we are doing our best. Right now, they are feeding Lex with a syringe, so he's back on the syringe. They're feeding him milk, and because he refuses to, not that he refuses, but he doesn't have the strength. But listen, and I know I sound defeated. I get it. But the point is to already accept this for what they are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to give myself too hope. My prayer is that he pulls through and he gets better. But it's very unlikely. My cat Bandit was blind when he got hit by a car and lived, but then we found out he was sick with cancer. Oh, not cancer. Jeez. Poor Bandit. Poor baby Bandit. Man, it's always the good ones, right? Always the good ones. God. He was a white cat. Oh, poor baby. I'm sorry you lost Bandit. What was it? You said you had a Cammy and Bandit, correct? Absolutely, Vicky. Absolutely. Man. Loss is so terrible. It's always the ones you love. I mean, I love all my cats and all my dogs, but it's hard to move on without them. The beginning of last year, we lost 2 years. Wow. About 2 years ago, we lost little Dobby. Dobby has been gone for almost 2 years now. And I miss that dog and I mourn him. Poor baby. I hate it when animals are sick. Yeah, and the thing about animals is that once they get sick, they hide it. They don't show signs of pain. Like, sometimes you wouldn't know that they are sick, you know? It's like they don't want, it's almost as if they don't want you to worry about them. one of the most interesting things I found out about dogs is that, right? Oh yeah, cats absolutely do. But dogs, one of the absolute like Chad things I found out about dogs is that on their last days before they die, because they know they're going to die, they're aware somehow, they hide from you. Like the last thing they do for you is keep you from finding out that they are on their last day. Oh, darn it. That they are on their last days. And they will not show any signs of weakness. And when it's time to go die, they go and they hide. They hide from you. They find a hiding spot and then they lay there one last time. And that makes me so sad. It's so sad to think about that, you know? How much they love you. Because dogs absolutely love people. Dogs love their masters. Didn't know my dog Shiloh was sick. Oh, I'm telling you, they're really, really good at hiding that they are sick. They're really good at hiding it. They will not let you know that they are not feeling good. I don't know if it's evolutionary, like a survival instinct. Because, you know, if there's like a dog dying in the woods and a tiger sees that they are weak, or not a tiger, but a predator, the predator will go after the weak. Like if you're out there limping, they will attack. Like if you're out there hobbling, so I figure dogs learn to hide it. That too. I feel like they don't want you to worry. And they don't want you to be sad. Because you ever notice that when you're sad, they get sad? Like they are so sympathetic towards you. They sympathize with you so much. Of course. Right? I still get sad, even though they don't want me to be sad or, you know, upset. I still, because it's hard. It's so hard not to feel, you know, a sense of empathy for them, to feel what they feel. And honestly, I don't know if that's a correct word, because honestly, I never know what other people feel, but all I know is that it's bad. So I sympathize. So yeah, I gotta go to work in about an hour. I miss all my pets. Yeah, like Vicky. Sometimes I'm just like standing there, like doing whatever, and then I think about my pets that passed away, and I suddenly get so sad. Like I get heartbroken all over again. Like, and I feel it as if it just happened. Like, hmm. It's like the same bad feelings all over again. Lucy Tootsie, call my rooting to in Lucy. Aww. Oh, that's so cute. Man. Talk about tragedy. I realized that without Lex, I can't finish my movie. Without having to make big changes. I know right now it's the least of my worries, but I think about that, We had a little chihuahua named Doocy, and she passed away suddenly. I think she had a heart attack. Like, we don't know what the mechanism of injury was, or what was her condition. But just out of nowhere she passed. And this is one that we found like on the side of the road. We found her on the side of the road, and like 3 weeks later, she just dropped. She dropped, and nobody knows why. Spontaneous death, And obviously we don't have any money, so we don't know. We couldn't get like an autopsy or any of that, because obviously those tests are incredibly expensive, and we figured the best thing to do would be to just let her go. Just let her go. And I've been working on this train for so long now. down, never going down. But yeah, such is life.
I used to throw my videos together. I used to throw my videos together quite without really thinking too much about it. And there was a point when I was in work, and I think I was on 2,500 watch time hours at one point. This is probably about 3 years ago. And so me, I'm quite a simple guy. I don't like things complicated. Like I said, I'm quite a simple sort of guy. I don't want to get too technical.
Okay, so let's look into Doctor. Here's a doctor, and he talks about grief. His name is Dr. Scott Ehlers, and I want to know what he has to say about loss.
No matter what anybody else says or has said to you on this topic, I want you to hear something from me right away. Pet loss is real, and it can be just as painful and just as difficult to deal with as any other loss. Many of us bond quickly and strongly with animals. And the pets who are in our lives, the animals that we care for, when we lose them, whether it's due to natural and old age, or tragically and suddenly and unexpectedly, as it sometimes is the case, it can leave a hole inside of us. It can leave a very real hole inside of us that other people don't always validate or acknowledge or understand. And that's why I wanted to make this piece of content today, because
that's so interesting. You know, the older generations, for some reason, they are a little more detached from losing their pets. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm not saying they are evil. That's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is that for some reason, you know, it's so interesting, because they don't, older generations for some reason don't take their dogs to the clinic. You know, they let them stay outside overnight. I noticed that, like, instead of bringing them back into the house, they let them stay in the front yard or in the backyard. It's, the whole thing to me is so interesting. Again, I'm not saying it's evil or good or bad. All I'm saying is that it's a thing, and it blows my mind. It blows my mind, because for us, every night we bring our dogs back into the house. When our dogs get sick, we take them to the clinic. You know, we spend hundreds of dollars on pet health care. But I noticed that older generations don't. Maybe it's the way they were raised, you know, to save resources for people. But, you know, it's one risk. And again, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but, you know. It's just an observation, that's all.
Make sure you know that your grief around your pet deserves to be taken just as seriously as any other form of grief that you might experience. I also want to walk you through a series of steps that have been helpful for me in my own grief journey. I've always been an animal guy, just always, since day one. I've had cats, I've had dogs, I've had rats, I've had fish, I've had lizards, snakes, and every single time I lose one of them, it's very, very difficult for me. So I'm speaking from quite a bit of experience on this topic. This isn't just, my knowledge as a psychologist. This is also my experience as a many, many multi-time pet owner. We need a set of short-term strategies and long-term strategies to cope with grief. And it's important to apply the right techniques at the right times. Getting through those awful, sometimes hellish first few days or weeks of your grief, and getting to the point long-term where you're able to experience what we consider to be like a healthy recovery from the loss. It's two separate processes. And a lot of the techniques that I see people encourage others to use in their grief process are actually the long-term techniques. And it is important for you to know about those. But if you apply them too early, it can actually set you back.
And here's the thing about me. When it comes to grief, I don't feel anything in the moment. Like when there's a loss, I'm neutral, like perfectly calm, relaxed, neutral. Like when I first lose a pet, I'm perfectly neutral. And then over time, like 6 months later, I begin the grieving process. I become sad. I lose energy. I lose my appetite. I think about the good times. For me, it's so interesting that it's like I have a delayed reaction to losing, this is more personal, but even my mother, when my mother passed away, I felt nothing. And then as the years went by, the mourning, the grief kicked in, and it's been trickling ever since. I mean, the last 20 some years, I started feeling the sadness trickles out one drop at a time. Like all her Pookie Doodles too. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Pookie Doodles too. Pookie Doodles too. Oh man.
And block your process of recovering from grief. So in the short term, when you have just experienced the loss of a pet, one of the most important things that you can do is temporarily put reminders away. You do not need to be constantly haunted by the ghost of your pet. And I don't mean that literally. I mean, every time you see your animal's food bowl, collar, cage.
Oh, I lost my mother when I was 13. That was a very, very long time ago. 23 years ago. So don't even worry about it. Although I grieve, it's already subsiding, It's already fading. I don't feel the pain anymore as much as I used to. But for 10 years, I felt the pain of loss. But now it's like, it goes away eventually. Oh no, your dad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Was this recent? Okay. Yeah, it's lucky to have your mother with you, and it helps having at least one of your parents around to help you cope with loss. I'm watching this video of a doctor. I don't know if you can see him. I don't know if you can see him in the video, but he talks about grief and how to cope with the loss of a pet. So I think he's saying some very interesting things. He talked about, like, when you first lose a pet, a very good thing to do is to remove reminders. So put away photographs, a leash or anything that reminds you of your pet. Respectfully store it away. And I think that's a very good idea. Absolutely, Vicky. Loss is terrible. And again, I don't mean to put us in a depressed rut, but I think every once in a while it's good to talk about these things. It's good to try to resolve grief, because grief is so hard. You know, grief is it's so difficult. It's so heavy. It's so permanent that it's good to just, let it out. Let talk about it. Talk about it for a little bit. Because I feel like if you don't, it worsens. It gets worse. So that's why I'm saying that.
Cage, kennel, a tank, whatever it is, you're going to very acutely notice the absence of your pet. You're going to be incredibly aware in that moment of who should be there and isn't. You're not going to need any help accessing your grief in the first few days or weeks of your loss. It's going to be right there in the forefront of your mind the vast majority of the time. There's no reason to trigger it any more often than what's automatically going to happen. So one of the first things I do every time is I take those precious reminders, those keepsakes, and I just put them away for a little bit. I put them into storage, not forever. Like, don't get rid of them, obviously. Just get them out of your sight for a while. You don't need to torture yourself with reminders every single day. Another thing you want to be careful about.
Okay, let's am I the only one here with where is everybody? It's daytime. People are at work. Right now I'm waiting for 10 so I can go to work myself. I gotta go and check on a customer. But yeah, it looks like you're the only one, Vicky. It's just us. I hope you don't mind. Yeah, and I'm watching this very interesting video about coping with grief. I think I already mentioned that. He's got some wonderful strategies for coping with loss, Oh, well, thank you so much for not minding, Vicky. Yeah, but coping with loss, right? Like when you first lose a pet, he says, put away pictures, any safe keeps, right? Anything that reminds you of losing somebody or losing your pet, your precious pets. And that's the first suggestion he made. Again, these are not rules. These are suggestions, things that can potentially help you, right? Don't set things down so you remember your loss. Don't keep your photographs. I mean, don't destroy them. Don't get rid of them. Absolutely, Vicky. I agree with you, and I think that's great. To talk about it, to talk about loss, because the more you talk about it, the more outward it is, the less, the more equipped you are to deal with the situation, right? Because talking about it makes it real in your brain, and that's so important. It's real already, but talking about it makes it more ever present. And I think there's something valuable about everything Dr. Eilers Scott Eilers is saying. Here's the next suggestion from Dr. Eilers.
Not doing
Eilers.
too soon. And this is one that we all know. Everybody knows this, but we still feel that very real temptation to do it. Don't replace the pet too soon. All you do when you did, I get it, because you hurt so bad and you want to pour that love and affection that now doesn't have an outlet. You want to pour it into someone or something else. And I get it. But when we replace the animal too soon.
Oh, no, that's exactly what I did. Oh, no. When I lost Dobby, I went to the shelter and I picked up Fred. And he's saying you shouldn't do that. But let's explain. Let's let him explain why.
We're doing something called deferred grief, which means we're taking our pain and rather than working through it or expressing it, we're basically pressing the snooze button on it because we now have something else to distract us and to keep us occupied. It doesn't go away when you do this. And so what happens is you're basically just kicking the can down the road, right? That grief may go away for a while because you now have this big new thing in your life, but it's not gone. It hasn't healed. You're not okay. And it's just going to come back at a really inopportune time. So do not replace your pet too soon. Work through your grief. Let it hurt. It's going to suck. It's going to be awful. It's going to screw up your life for a while. And that's what's supposed to happen. That's unfortunately the cost of loving something very passionately and very deeply.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. When I lost my baby Dobby, the first thing I did as I went to the shelter and I picked up Fred, I paid $10 for the adoption, and I instantly felt better. But what he's saying is that when you do such a thing, what you're doing is something called deferring, like deferring your pain. So basically saving it for later. You're investing it into another pet. You're investing all your pain into another pet, and eventually it'll boil over and it'll come back to you in a very inopportune time, right? In a very inconvenient time. And I feel like he's right, because although I have Fred and I love Fred with all my life, he's not Dobby, you know? And so it's crazy to think that I wasn't conscious. I wasn't trying to replace Dobby. Or maybe I was. I don't know. But he makes a very good point. I didn't want another dog after Shiloh. Oh, Shiloh. Yeah. Oh, well, you did good, Vicky. You did good. Because at least you didn't make my mistake. I did exactly what he said not to do. And I kind of understand, but make no mistake. Make no mistake. I love Fred. And Fred is my boy. But I kind of understand that maybe unintentionally I was trying to replace Dobby. So I think you made the right idea, the right choice, Vicky. Just showed up at my door. Oh, wait, who showed up to your door? Another pet? Like you didn't get them, right? Like it showed up one day. Oh, see, that makes sense. I think that's correct. Yeah, unlike me, you were not your pain into another pet. No, Shiloh's the one that came to your doorstep. Okay, I understand now. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. I'm sorry about your little Shiloh, Vicky. Okay, so now I understand. Someone put him out. Oh, do you think he was abandoned? Like somebody abandoned Shiloh? Oh, that's so terrible. That is absolutely terrible and irresponsible. Okay, let's continue to listen to Doc. See what he says about loss.
That there's a loss that's going to happen. Do not defer your grief towards another pet.
So far what he has said is put away mementos. He said put away mementos or any reminders of your pet. When you first lose your pet, put away the reminders. And the second suggestion is do not replace your dog immediately. Do not defer your pain into another dog. Or your grief, not pain, your grief into another dog. Oh, good point. Vicky, you make an absolutely outstanding point. Yeah, some people are absolutely, like, for the longest time, I wanted to believe that people were good, but there are some that are not. There are some people that are not good. Like, flat out, full stop, they are not good people. And, well, you remember Nacho? The story of Nacho? I think you were, I believe you were here for the story of Nacho. You know, I'm glad he was a success story. Yeah, some people are good. Yeah, like you and I think I like to think that we are good people. You know, we would never abandon a pet. You know, that's so inhumane. So you do remember Nacho. Okay. Well, that was the story of Nacho. Nacho was abandoned. You know? Somebody dropped him off on the back roads. And, you know, some people don't have a heart. And I will never understand. Right? And I will never, you and I do not comprehend. We do not comprehend how some people can be so abjectly evil. Especially when you think about a dog, think about their capabilities and their limitations. They're limited what you can do for them, right? There's only so much they can do for themselves. Sure, they can scavenge. Okay. Sure, they can find water sources. Okay, but for how long? And how long before they get, run over by a car? So, knowing what we know about pets, knowing that they are, they really depend on the mercy of us. They have no heart. They are evil. I believe that. For the longest time, I wanted to believe that nobody's evil. But there's evil. There's evil in this world. And there's no two ways about it. Some people are just plain lunatics. And I say that wholeheartedly, full stop. Some people are just evil. Absolutely. Like my grace period has ended. There's no more mercy in I will no longer like mince my words. There's good and there's evil. There is good. I'll say that one more time. There is good in this world and there's evil. And some people are just freaking evil. Every animal I had got treated like kings and queens. Oh man, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. I love it when I hear about people that treat animals so well. And mind you, I'm not like a. Although I rescue animals, I'm not one of those people that are like I will eat cows. I will eat hamburgers and cheeseburgers, and it doesn't bother me. I think farm animals are perfectly good to eat. But pets, no. Pets, you should only care for them and you should only love them. And they deserve every opportunity to live a good life. Oh, you don't eat meat? Oh. And that's all right. I don't, again, tell people how to live their lives. You know? People will live the way they so choose. And I will never interfere. And I will never tell them that they are wrong. The only wrong people are the ones that mistreat animals. Those people are wrong all day, every day, 24/7. I see. But thankfully, where I live, I see the ranches around me, and most of the Texas ranches are very humane. Like all the cattle that I see here in Texas, they're grass fed, and they are like free range. So I know I've seen the videos where they keep cows in cages, but the ones here, they are treated so well. That's why I don't mind them. They live good lives. Like we have free range cattle in Texas. But I have seen the more monstrous farms. You know, the ones where they pack the cattle in tight spaces, and the cattle are sickly and skinny. That I don't like. If it was up to me, every ranch would be free range. And I get it, you know, cattle, they feed a lot of starving children with cattle. I get that. But there's no reason why you should put the health of beef cattle, at the bottom of the hierarchy of priorities. They deserve to live a good life, especially when we depend on them for nutrition. If I had a farm, the animals would be pets. Aww. Yeah, and that's basically what they are around here. They like the cattle here in Texas, in this part of Texas. They even have a lake. The cattle. I'll post a picture of the cattle in their lake, so you can see that they live such a good life out here. Oh, finally. Oh, I've been working on this train for so long. Okay. Well, Vicky, I gotta go check on a customer. And when I get back, I'm gonna start filming the movie. Try to finish Act 1 and get started on Act 2. And we'll have the entire weekend to work on Act 2. Lex is one of the main characters. So let's hope that he makes a recovery, because we need him if we're going to complete the movie. We need Lex. Okay. See you soon, Vicky. Thank you for sticking around with me. My only viewer. Well, one of my 5 viewers, you are. Okay. Well, take care, Vicky. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon if you're still around. If not, enjoy the rest of your day. Make it a good one. Okay? Bye-bye now.